Hey everyone, this is Mr. Trimuka. Welcome, chemistry, general chemistry. Uh, just giving you my weekly Monday message. Let you know what's going on for the next week or so, and hopefully, if you have any questions about what I'm talking about, you get a hold of me here, and we'll be in good shape. All right. Now, to kind of reflect on a couple of things in the past here, just a quick thing. I talked about some of this on Thursday when I'm pretty sure Thursday I sent out uh, a message to you all. At least sometime last week I did for sure. Just talking about the last test or so that we had um, prior to the solutions learning plan that went out. Some of you still haven't taken that. A few of you have reached out to me. I'm going to recommend that if you plan on passing this trimester, you're going to want to reach out to me if you have missed either of those tests. Okay. You might want to check your grade in school in Synergy in Student View and see where things are right now. If you have not turned in all of your learning plans up to this point, and gotten probably about a 2.5 or so on each test, at least an average of that, you could be in trouble for not passing the trimester. Just plain simple for you there. All right. If you've gotten those things taken care of, you're probably okay in the grand scheme of things. I'm not going to go out and just do hypothetical numbers for everybody or anything like that. But I'm just giving you an idea that if you haven't passed those things, at least at a 2.5, got your learning plans in for chemical reactions, you probably don't stand a chance. Okay. There is time to get that fixed. You need to take care of that. Okay. I've done everything I can to try to contact people. Last Thursday, I spent hours trying to call. I ended up texting. I may have emailed a few families trying to see what's going on, see where I can help, see what's happening. If you are behind and you need that extra bit of help, come get it. See me. Google Meets every day during the week, 11 to 1. Don't be shy. Let me help you where you need it. Okay. I want to get you on board with those things because you will find that that is a very, very sequential unit. Many of you who have already taken care of everything, you found that out. Okay. You just need to reach out to me, get some of this stuff figured out. Let's get it going. Let me help you. Rock and roll. All right. I have not went through the solutions learning plan folder yet. That came out about a week ago. I will probably do that on, Monday. I'm recording this on Sunday night. So I'll probably do that about the time you are receiving this message. Either way, I want you to know what's going on with that. If you are still in the middle of it, take care of it. No big deal. All right. Pay attention to what's happening there. Get help if you need it. We're in good shape, please. Okay. Uh, but anyway, now's the time to get that chemical reaction stuff taken care of if you need to. If you're going to wait another week or two, it's probably going to be too late. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest with you on that. Some of that stuff is difficult and it takes time to figure out. So um, get it done if you're going to do it. All right. I've done all I can to help out with that. All right. As far as getting you going, come see me if you need the help, though. Super important, folks. Just do it, please. All right. Now, that being said, looking at the last 3 weeks or so of the trimester here, we got a little project called the Fish Kill. All right. Now, it's based on the solutions learning plan that was assigned last week. All right. So if you've went through that, some of the stuff that you see is going to make more sense, so to speak. Okay. It's going to be more relevant to what you've learned. All right. And so I have it all loaded up. It's going to be in one folder, as you can see right in the middle there, the week 7 through 9 water contamination and fish kill project. All right. So let's dive into that real quick. I'll show you what I got going on here. All right. So you get into this a little bit, and then you get the little fish kill thingy there. Click on that folder, and that'll open up for you real nice. And then you got a few things here. All right. You got the water quality web quest and the fish kill project part 1. These are both given the same dates here, starting on Monday the 18th and goes through Friday the 22nd. Now, again, these are suggested due dates. All right. I'm taking what I need to through the end of the year and going from there. Okay, I'm shutting things down on June 5th, though. That's an absolute drop dead date. I am not gonna be looking through things all that weekend into the next week. I'm done with things at that point. Okay, so you're going to want to make that choice. Am I going to get this thing done? Am I going to get that A? Am I going to go after that B? Whatever it might be. Some you're just hopefully trying to pass. That's your choice, and that's fine. But you got to do the work you need to do to get there, right? So I'm just giving you the heads up. Okay, so either way, suggested due dates. If you are turning things in well past any due dates, you got to talk to me. Going back to the last tests, if you need to still get either of those tests taken care of, you need to reach out to me and see what it takes to get those tests open up for you. A few of you already have. Do it. Get it done. Talk to me. Email me. Get it done. All right. But getting back to the fish kill project here, you'll see those two first things are kind of suggested for this week. You'll find that with the WebQuest, the water quality WebQuest, basically what you got is a bunch of research stuff here that it's not going to pull up very nice for me. It's all kind of the same way that you've seen before here, though. Okay, I'm not going to dive into it, so to speak. But you got 10 questions there you're asked. You have a number of different resources you can utilize, get figured out, answer those questions. Anything where you are going to be answering questions in a Google Doc, you need to use a different color. I think I forgot to say that for this very first thing here, the WebQuest. Okay. But you want to use a different color. It's going to help me see what your responses are a lot easier than if you just use plain old black text. All right. So just go with that. Make sure it's not yellow. Can't read yellow on the background. So something that's just not black, that is still dark enough to read. All right. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. You'll find part 2 is also in here. Part 3 is also in here. Part 2 is going to require that you use some of your graphing analysis skills. You don't have to graph anything, but you're going to need to look at a bunch of data, and you're going to need to answer some questions based on that data. All right. The whole idea behind the fish kill is that there's a rapid increase in the deaths of fish in a local waterway. Okay. And your job is to try and figure out what caused it and who is responsible for it. And so you have to do some different research. You have to do a bunch of different reading, some summarizing of some information and stuff to that effect. Read all directions, all of them. Okay. And you should be in good shape. What you do for part 1 is going to help you with essentially part 3 of this. What you do for part 2 is going to help you with part 3 of this. Okay. So there's no getting around those two things. All right. So do this stuff in order, do it in sequence, turn in your stuff for part 1. Okay. There's a spot to turn that in. Turn in your stuff for part 2. There's a spot to turn that in. Okay. You want to have part 1, part 2, all that taken care of before Friday, May 29th. Okay. Get that done. Then you got Fish Kill Project part 3 here. Okay. I know my picture here is kind of getting in the way a little bit of that. Let's see if I can shrink it down a little bit to read what's going on there. And basically, it says part 3 of the fish kill will allow you to put together what you've learned in part 1 and part 2 and identify the likely reason for the fish kill and place the blame on one group or organization. You'll have to read a little bit more of that as you get into it, I think. But what you'll find is that you are going to need to, and the whole, if you want to call it, set of directions is here. Always, always, always read those. But basically, you're going to have to put together a slideshow in Google Slides, or you're going to have to put together just a video, something like what I'm doing right now, explaining everything, answering everything. Okay. It's not going to be super long, but there is going to be some sort of a, hey, look what I found out type of aspect to it. You could put together a slideshow and narrate over it. I think that was a requirement of something earlier in the year as well, right? Maybe a couple things. And use the Screencastify extension in your Chromebook. And that should work out pretty good as well, okay? And that's your final project. That's it, okay? The rubric on how I'm going to grade it is attached to part 3 of this project. And from there, you're good to go. You're done, okay? If you wanted to go through this whole thing in a week and have it done with, we're good to go. All right, we are set, All right. So the rate at which you go through that is completely up to you. I will let you know that this whole thing here was a 2-week project in class last year. And if I'm not mistaken, we may have actually taken a thing or two out of it, a requirement. So you got what I believe is plenty of time. Obviously, stay focused, and you should be good to go. All right. Hopefully, that's enough to get you off and running on this. If you need to see me about anything or have a conversation about where you are at and how you can fix what you want to fix, you got to make that contact. Come talk to me, please, during Google Meets. You can always try email, but sometimes it depends on that, the question that you have, whether I'm going to be able to answer that sufficiently or not for you. All right. But either way, make that contact, advocate for yourself where you can. Okay. Check your grade in Student View and see where you sit right now. Okay. Just because you are passing now does not mean you will pass if you do not do what you are supposed to do over the next few weeks. Okay. So, that's all I can really say there. Hopefully, keep yourself to a high standard, and we should be good to go. Stay safe and have a great week.